Well, we're going to have some fun. Relationship, no, and it is not a slip of the tongue. It could happen to you.
It could.
And of course, we know all about that. So I have with me in the studio Leon Clingman and Claire Verstraete.
Verstraete.
Okay, sorry. Who are going to tell us all about this comedy and possibly give us a little taste. Right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
A little taste.
So hi Claire. Hi Leon.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about the play. How did it evolve?
Well, Marlisa, the writer of the play, debuted the play in London about 9 years ago, and it went very well. And 9 years later, she's recreated it, changed some of the mate and cup of teas to make it more South African.
Yeah.
So it's all the languages become more South African, right?
And I think the play developed out of, I think, just like observing relationships, her own relationships. There's a lot of she's stolen from her family and
how
husband.
often? I know it's been performed here before. How often has it been performed? Because it's beginning to sound a bit like Defending the Caveman.
It is
got
actually
legs.
quite like Defending the Caveman.
No, but this is our second run. We had a run in end of November, December, beginning of December, and now this is our second run. But apparently there's another play called Relationshit as well.
Oh, is there?
Yes, so you might be getting confused with that. But we had it first, because ours is 9 years old.
And it performed to rave reviews
Yes.
previously.
Yes, it did.
Okay, now tell us just a little bit about the play, your roles in it, and then let's get a taste and get the audience really sort of saying, oh, I've got to be there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, basically the play deals with 3 different couples. 2 couples are married. Our couple, Claire and I, play Nicole and Mark, who are in a long-term relationship, and we're having some difficulties.
In the bedroom?
Yeah, in the bedroom. So basically the play deals with what goes on behind the scenes, the things we don't always see with couples.
Yes.
It's not always so rosy as what it seems
And I mean,
like.
isn't it true that so often there'll be a circle of friends and you'll hear of a couple who suddenly break up and there's been no sort of preamble to it. And, you have these relationships where suddenly there's an explosion and the whole thing falls apart. And so that's really what Relationship is dealing with, the fact that relationships are fragile and they evolve, and we need to keep up with them. We need to negotiate our position in relationships.
Yeah.
And also it perhaps debunks the myth of happily ever after. And by that I don't mean that it debunks marriage. I personally believe in marriage, but it just shows that in order for it to be happy, you need to work at the relationship. You need to face up to the issues as they come along, and not let them just dwindle. And I think avoidance is often an issue in relationships. Couples become busy.
Be open and communicate with each other.
Which is very difficult.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I mean, Nicole...
we all know that.
That's right. The character I play, Nicole, she's going through incredible frustration. So ladies out there, if there's anyone who's feeling frustrated, this is Nicole.
Come and see.
She's very frustrated, and you know what? Of course, there's a reason. She's anxious and frustrated, and the reason behind that is that she can't bring herself to communicate with her partner, Mark. So there's been a communication breakdown progressively through the months, which has caused this impasse, if you like, and a bit of a dead end. So all the energy has been drained out, and now they're just sort of attacking each other. So it's behind closed doors in the bedroom that we see how Mark and Nicole tussle it out. And if she could only just be straight with Mark and be honest. She's, of course, afraid of what he might say and that he might leave her if she's honest. And, of course, Mark is also not without his issues.
Yeah, he's stressed and he has his issues and he puts it all
We won't tell you what they are.
And,
come on.
Sort of
Give us a hint.
Oh, no, you have to come see the play.
And the other 2 couples?
There's a younger couple, that's Will and Millie.
Millie.
And they're sort of happily married and trying to conceive a child. So they're on the other extreme.
And that brings its own
Yes.
troubles
Of course,
as well.
Will has a very
Stress.
sort of persistent sex drive, which also brings a bit of tension.
Yeah.
Because he causes Millie to be late half the time.
And it's not help because Millie also is always concocting aphrodisiacs, sort of puddings and cakes and things that stimulate that side of him. And then there's the next couple is Maria and Steve, who Steve's a doctor, Maria's a model, sort of mismatched And they also have their issues, which, again, we can't give too much away as to how that...
And perhaps the common thread between each of these couples is the drive to have one's own needs met.
Yes.
And what happens when that doesn't happen, and just really the fact that that both sides of the relationship need to bring something to the table. Whereas what you find these characters struggling with is wanting to get their needs met no matter what, and basically therefore not seeing the other person in their own right. So that's where the conflict often arises. But the play is not without humour.
Yes, no,
Well, it is billed as a comedy.
Yes, it is funny.
And then there's also scenes with just the girls, so you get an insight into how the girls behave and what they talk about when the guys are not around, and then there's scenes just with the guys, and you get that insight into
that's why we call
relationships.
That's why we call it a cross between Defending the Caveman and Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, well, I was about to ask you about Desperate Housewives. Yes, I thought it sounded a little bit like that. You opened on the 19th. Audiences?
Yes.
Well received?
Yeah, it was well received. We haven't, for this run, the audience has been a little bit small, but everyone that did come enjoyed it. So we're hoping to have bigger audiences soon.
And you're performing at the Arena on Hidding Campus, which is a lovely theatre.
Yeah,
it's just such fun.
Nice.
Yeah, lovely.
It really
Yeah.
is. So give us a little taste. I know you've prepared something, so let's hear it from the professionals.
Okay.
Come on, Nicole. If you wore a brown paper bag over your head, I'd find you incredibly more attractive than Maria.
Really? You find me attractive then?
Yes, of course, you know I do.
No, I don't know that you do.
Well, I do.
Why don't you tell me that more often?
I presumed you would know.
Well, you presumed incorrectly. I'm not a mind reader.
Well, I'm telling you now.
What are you telling me, Mark? What is it that you're telling me?
I'm telling you that I find you incredibly attractive. I worship you. I adore you. Ah!
Relax. Relax.
Oh, that feels good.
You should let me massage you more often. I am trained in this stuff.
You smell good.
Oh, thank you, love. Rosewater perfume.
From India.
What?
Well, everything's from India.
India is the capital of all things herbs and spices.
Ooh, you are my little spice thing. I've got to go.
What?
I've got to show a property.
What? At 8 o'clock at night?
Yes, that's why I came home early. I told you.
No, you didn't tell me. Where's the property?
I don't know. I have to go past the office and pick up the keys and get the details.
Why do you always leave me just when I need you the most?
Why do you always put me on a guilt trip every time I go to work late? It's just that time of the month. We go through this every month. You'll be fine.
Just please go. How long are you going to be?
40 minutes, tops. Bye, babe.
Yes. Okay, bye then.
It's so typical. So very typical, and we've all been there.
Yeah, that's
We've
why
all
people
been
find
there.
it funny, because they can identify with all the little issues and things that pop up because they've been through it themselves.
And all the things that we think people understand, or we think that you can read your mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you read my mind?
Right. People
Yeah.
not
No.
actually communicating.
Must say them.
That's right.
Must say everything.
Absolutely.
Feeling that you can deal with things on your own, so like a little pass, instead of rather telling your partner and letting them help you through it.
Yes,
You
because
kind of keep it to yourself.
we're all afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we can do it by
And
ourselves.
rejection is quite a powerful driving force. Rejection and fear of being alone.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
insecurities.
but the good news is this play also just, we won't give it all away, but we do work through these things and we find a way.
So there's a happy ending.
Yes, it
There
has
is
a
a
happy
happy
I
ending.
like that.
ending. There's a
Okay.
happy ending.
Wonderful. I think you've given us lots to laugh about, lots to think about as well. The show is on until the 29th of January.
Yep, every night.
Every night, okay. At the Arena Theatre, which is the one on Hidding Campus,
That's right.
37 Orange Street Gardens. You can book, and I will give out the telephone number before I close the show today. And it sounds like a show that we should all be going to see.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
It's also it's great entertainment. You're only paying 50 Rand for your tickets. And just to let you know, we're on CompuTicket now.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
So
just
they
to
can
let
book,
people know.
so people
Yes.
can book through CompuTicket.
Absolutely,
Brilliant.
absolutely.
And bring your friends.
Bring your friends.
family.
Should we have a relationship party?
Yes, because it could happen to you.
It could happen to you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks
Thank
and
you
good
very
luck.
much.
Thank
Thank you. Thanks for having us.